If you enjoy listening to inspirational stories from people just like us, facing the fear and doing it anyway, then you're in the right place. My name is Claire Hill, and this is the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. Hello, welcome to another episode of No Rest for the Vivid. I've just thought that's such a boring way to keep introducing this podcast, and especially because this episode is the funniest episode ever. At the end of this episode, my face hurt and I'd been crying. So I had the amazing Beth from The Wandering Bee, who I was introduced to by Alice from the Purple Clouds, and we had a Vivid Club meetup. So Alice is a member of the Vivid Club, and she bought me a gift, which she's just such a nice human being. And I was so grateful. And inside was this wonderful candle, and it's the Mama Pear smell. And I smelled, and I was like, "This smells amazing. I know this business." She was like, "Yeah, it's my friend Beth. She's got a candle. She does this, does this." I was like, "I know this business." Anyway, turns out I was following her, or I had been. Probably had a clear out. Sorry, Beth. I follow you again now though, because you're a bloody ledge. You always go through those clear outs, don't you? Because you're like, I want to increase the engagement on my account. Anyway, so I started seeing what Beth was doing, and she was moving into a shop, and I was like, "Oh my God, what a ledge, absolute ledge." And I just said, "Do you want to come on my podcast?" She said, "Yes." Turns out we're now best friends forever. But we had such a laugh doing this podcast. And she's inspired me to open up my own shop now. And you'll hear in the episode how that idea develops and grows into this mammoth project that I'm going to undertake. No idea when, but I am. So yeah, it's a wonderful episode. And we just talk about the wonders of being a small business, but also how that feeling of risking it all and how scary that is, but then you pull it off. It's just wonderful. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please share it, subscribe to the podcast, comment. Can you comment? No, you can leave a review. Share this podcast episode. And honestly, if it doesn't make you laugh, then you probably need to listen to it twice. All right. Have a wonderful day. Speak to you soon. Hello, Beth. Or B.
Hi.
Or Beth. How are you doing, lovely?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, I'm excited.
So happy to have you on. The reason why I was saying Beth and B is because we were just talking about the fact that we've both got but two names. Well, yeah. I mean, the majority of the world's got two names, but the fact that we have a nickname and our actual name, and people get confused about what to talk. So I was like, "What do you want me to call you, Beth or B?" And then we just went into the story. You tell everyone. Before, actually, sorry, I've just got. You just said hello. I'm just banging on. Oh no, wrong rubbish to this, right? Beth, would you like to tell everybody who you are and where do you come from?
Yeah. So my name's Beth. Some people call me B. That's my nickname.
There you go.
And I run the Wandering Bee, and we make kick-ass candles out of beer bottles in Staffordshire. So
I love it. Beer bottles. And how did you? I mean, I'm going to go straight in there. I want to know the love story of your business. How did it all begin?
So I was working as a dental receptionist after I'd had my daughter, and really I started off kind of happy. It was just like a nice little job, and then as time went on, I was there like two and a half years. As time went on, I knew I was like destined to do more. Like I've always wanted to work for myself anyway, or run my own business, or as a kid I just wanted to be famous. That was like my goal.
What were you going to be famous as?
I don't know. It was anything.
Were you going to go in Big Brother?
I actually wanted to.
Oh, yes, so did I.
I was like, I'm going to go on Big Brother. I was like obsessed with Nikki Graham.
Oh, God bless.
I know, bless. But yeah. So I always knew I wanted to do something. And then during the pandemic, so this was in 2020, December 2020, I said to Josh, right, what am I going to run my own business in? I want to start something. And it sounds really silly, but it's the truth. I went on Google and I typed in easiest way to work for yourself running a small business. And the top three, can't remember what the other two were, but the one of them was candles. And I just said to Josh, I was like, what about candles? And he went, yes. Just had a really good gut feeling. And I am somebody who is like I'm all or nothing.
Yeah.
I go all out. I want the best to begin with. I don't like build up to it.
No.
Ghost skin. I was like, I'm just going to use all my money and just go for it. So I had like 700 quid left in my account. I was skint, and I spent it all on wax and fragrance oil, and just like, I literally was just winging it. And I was making them just in like rubbish little jars and like ceramic in jars, just to like test. And I was like, oh my God, I really like this formula. And I was like, I feel like I've got something here. And then I couldn't get hold of any candle glass, like anywhere. Because of the pandemic, there was like a massive shortage of candle glass or candle supplies.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, like my idea's ruined. I can't go ahead. And then Josh said, well, what about a beer bottle? And I was like, no, that's silly. I was like, that's not going to work. And he was like, I think you should give it a go. I think I used like 6 beer bottles, and I made them. And I was like, Josh, they look really nice. And then he was like, I think you should show everyone. So I showed a group of my friends, and they were all like, where'd you get those? They're lovely. And I was like, I made them. And I was like, no, you didn't. I was like, I did. And they were like, oh my God, Beth, they're really nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks. So I like went away and I contacted Staffordshire Brewery locally. And I was like, can I have 2 cases of beer bottles, right? I was like, give me your broken ones to begin with, anything that would chip, but just 2 cases of beer bottles. I made 2 cases, and I was like, I developed on my formula. So over from the December 2020 to the end of January 2021. So we're like in the midst of the pandemic at the moment. I was obviously spending a lot of time at home, because although I was a dental receptionist, our hours had been lowered.
Yeah.
And we do longer days but shorter amount of, not as many days.
Yeah.
So I had more time at home, and I was practicing this formula, and I was working it. I must have tried about 100 wicks, loads of different wax, trying all these different fragrance oils. And I'm someone like who really goes in on something, like I really going in. I did loads of research, day in, day out, I was researching. Yeah. And by the end of January, I just genuinely felt like with my mixture, like candle mixture and the beer bottle, I had something that nobody else had. Yeah. It was just like a really good kick-ass candle. Like, it just kicked ass. Like, I was like, this is like the best candle I've ever seen. And I literally just went from there. And thankfully, I have a degree in contemporary media practice, and Josh is a graphic designer. So together, we're like, our skills came together. And I built our website and kind of kitted it all out. Josh was doing the label designs for me, kind of doing all the graphics. And I just launched it 2nd week of February. And I just thought, oh, screw it. Let's just see if it works. And it worked.
Yeah.
But I just literally just couldn't believe it. It was hard. I mean, that made it sound easy, but it worked.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how it came about, really.
I love that. I've tried to make candles, and if anyone's listening and tried to make candles, that formula that you're talking about is so unique to every person. About is the wax going to crack, and when you're going to smell it, and all of these things, like the burning. And it's supposed to be one of my hobbies, because all I do is work, and I'm sure you're in the same kind of situation. And I was like, I've got to have a hobby. I know, I'll make candles. And then because the first few were a pile of crap, I was like, oh no, actually some of them were in a cupboard for like 6 months. And I thought, oh, sod it, because we've got a pub in the bottom of our garden. You know, those parts where you're just full of candles. I was like, let's go candle manic, and just put all of these shit candles out. And then suddenly I was like, they actually smell. And it's because they've just been sitting for so long that they've finally sort of sorting themselves out. I definitely gave up very quickly, because I was like, oh, I've got other things to do. And I think that little bit, even though you're saying, it sounded really easy, it is not easy.
It's really hard.
Why they've said, you know, like making candles is easy, because I don't think, well, personally, the passion of it, like a good candle and finding that secret formula, you have to have it in bucket loads. So that's the thing that you had that made it sound easy, probably. But actually getting there, you must have made hundreds and hundreds of candles.
It was like, it's one of those things where you think, it's really bad. I was really naive. I just thought it'd be really easy. I was like, oh, how hard are candles? But like, they're really hard. Like, it's like a sciencey.
It is,
temperature right, the pouring temperature, the mixing temperature, how much, the percentages. Like, it's very sciencey, and even 1 degree up, 1 degree down sinks. You know, or the scent throws off. So it's like it's quite complicated. I know it's candles and everyone would be like complicated, but it really is.
No, it is. No, I agree. I agree. And all testament. And I think that's maybe why I'm so impressed by your brand and your candles, because they are flawless.
Oh, well, thanks.
To be fair though, I've only had one, but so no, I'm joking. That's like a big compliment. That one candle I've got of yours is flawless.
It was flawless.
I didn't mean that. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was trying to really lay it on. It is a flawless candle, but the smell is insane. It's Mama Pear, everybody. Mama Pear, you're going to sell out there now.
Yeah.
So good. I was thinking, actually, I was doing stories about you this morning, and I was thinking, is it a take on Mama Bear? Is that why it's Mama Pear? Yes, I got it. Because I was thinking, like, for ages, why is it called Mama Pear? But I get it now.
My member of staff, Jenny, actually came up with that, so I'll give her the credit. She's very good at names. Like, people go, how do you come up with the names? I'm like, I'm actually not the witty one. My friends are, and my member of staff is.
Well done. Well done, Jenny.
Well done, Jenny.
Well done. No, but I honestly, I think that it's the look of them. And if you go, when you start following Beth, which you have to, everything, you like the first view of your grid is just gorgeous. And I can see now it's all tied together. So all of the stars have aligned for you, babe, haven't they?
Oh, thank you so much.
So you've had a massive change recently.
Yes.
Another all-in situation, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was an all-in.
And you've got a shop now.
Yes.
I think that's like the most all-in you could go.
Yeah, that is the most all-in. Yeah. That's kind of come from, you know what, not to bring it down a peg, but it kind of came from a sad place. Because basically, without kind of like brushing over, because it was a big part of the business. When we launched the business, my goal was I wanted a warehouse. I wanted to be the next Yankee Candle. This is all me. This is trying to make it.
You are the next Yankee Candle.
I'm going to be the next Yankee Candle. I'm going to be massive. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be in John Lewis, Harrods, Selfridges. I was like gunning. I'm going to have a warehouse. So I moved to the world of Wedgwood, and I got this big warehouse space. Hired my first member of staff. We're making all these candles and getting all these big deals coming in. Amazing. All bells and whistles. Got in John Lewis. Everyone was like, "Whoa, John Lewis," which it was.
Wow.
Incredible. With the creative makers as well. They, couldn't have done it without Megan. Amazing. All great, and they still are, and I'm really proud of those. But being a warehouse worker is really, really depressing. Like, I was underground every day. I wasn't underground, but it felt like underground because there was no windows. Didn't get to see people. Me and Jenny were coming in, and we were with each other, day in, day out, working one-on-one just in this space with no windows. And we were in summer, so it was like hot outside. And you don't realize how much propping a window open can help. Propping a door open can help. We were just claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And I loved being at Wedgwood. It's a beautiful location. And I was so lucky. And Gemma, who got me into Wedgwood, she's the head of World of Wedgwood. She's lovely, and she's my friend. And she really supported us. And, it's all down to her, really, that I had the confidence to go there. But I just started to think, like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
This is not for me. I'm a people person. I'm not someone that could be kept, like, away in
Yeah.
the dark. And to be honest, we were like getting hammered because everything got more expensive in April.
Yeah.
That was really tough. Then obviously this energy thing. So like everyone's skin Or we were just getting hammered, and I was like, right, I need to think on my feet and do something now. I need to, one, make me happier, and two, save the business. And running your own business, you fight or flight. And somebody actually on a market was next to me. I owe it to her, really. And also there's a lady called Carla who runs a business who gave me a massive pep talk. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go get a shop. And I used all the rest of my money again and thought, wing it.
Yeah.
And walked into this shop, and it was such a mess in the shop. And I was like, it's fine, we'll do it. And I just got the keys like 7-8 weeks ago. And we just renovated the shop for 6 weeks holidays and then opened it. So I now have a shop.
And it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Like the day, I mean, obviously I've not been there, I've only seen from your Instagram, but the amount of personality and how classy it looks, and
thank you.
All the little touches. You obviously are very naturally gifted at being able to put things together. You know what I mean?
I think it's me and Josh, because I'm quite tacky. Like, I quite like, I would have antiques everywhere. I was like, I'm going to get taxidermy bugs.
Do you did that little post about those moss balls? And I watched that video and I was like, I don't get it.
Do you know what? They're one of our best sellers now. We actually have them. I know.
Are they creatures?
No, they're plants. It's algae in a jar.
It's out, right? Okay.
Yeah, I sell algae in a jar.
So, flawless, absolutely flawless,
classy.
So, but this is me just being a div.
Yeah.
So it's a ball of algae in a glass, but it's cute, isn't it? It's a cute. Right, okay. That's why
this is really tickling me.
That's why I want it.
When I say that's my personality, I was like, I wanted like quirky things in the shop, and Josh is the like minimalist. So the shop looks really good because of Josh.
The walls will be covered with moss and algae,
I basically, the way the Marimo pets came about was because I love candles, obviously, and I love my brand, but my brand is very minimal, and we designed it so it could sit on anybody's shelf. Men, female, males, females, John Lewis, Harrods, Selfridges, anybody's shelf. But with minimalism, I love it, but like there's a bit of me missing because I can be tacky. I like a lot of chintzy things. So I was allowed like some little bits for me. And one of those Marimo pets. And I just obsessed them. They're so cute. And it's basically in Japan, these little balls of algae are gifted for luck and love.
Oh.
And they're very commonly gifted there for luck and love. And I was like, am I allowed these? Because they're like within the plant, because we sell plants as well. Oh, like they're in that plant genre. Can I have that? And he was like, yeah, I like those. They're cute. Anyway, got them on opening day. They sold out in 2 hours, right? Restocked 10 on Wednesday, sold out.
Wow.
Restocked yesterday. I had 2 left at the end of the day. I was like, this is great.
That's hilarious. I feel like I need to get one for my little boy. He'd love it. Actually, my husband would love it as well.
Yeah.
Like
he love it or hate it.
No, yeah, well, I think they're really cute. Like I was saying to my husband last night, we need a lot more plants around, like if we've got to solve global warming, literally every room needs to be a forest, doesn't it? Really? Like that's a flat area, stick a plant on it. That's what I said to him last night.
My mum did come in on opening day and she was like, why are you selling grass in a jar?
Isn't it supposed to be in the sun? No, it's just in a jar.
That's funny, because we had an article written about us in the Stoke Sentinel, right, that released yesterday, and it says, oh dear, it says something, I can't remember what the title says. It says like Stone Woman or something creates candle brand out of beer bottles, but it's me with a Marimo ball. The photo is me with a Marimo pet, not a candle.
Is that candle is floating in water? No, light me up with that one. No, it's a ball of
but yeah,
I love
don't
that.
know how I got into that, but yeah.
That's good though.
Funny.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And I was just thinking when you were talking, like the fact that they were selling out, you've got, this is going to sound so cliche, but you've got the finger on the pulse of your customers. I mean,
Do you know what? I don't know what it is. I think it is more than that. I'm very good at getting enthusiastic about anything. I am enthusiastic about, those like, have you ever been in one of those interviews where they're like, sell me this pen?
yeah.
I'm great at that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm the most enthusiastic at anything.
No, but I did that in a training. I said, sell me this pen. And somebody was saying, like, because there's something out of Wolf of Wall Street, sell me a pen, isn't there? But I was like, no, you're selling. I really got the giggle. No, you're selling. I'm trying to be serious. No, you're selling the experience of writing a thoughtful letter to someone they love. Like, trying to, in the Vivid Club membership, those of you who've done that training, you know what I'm talking about. Because I was like, it's not just a pen, you're selling an experience.
Yeah.
Like your candles, they're smelling. That smell when people walk into your room and think, oh, she's posh. That's the experience. I'm obsessed with these candles and I've got to buy some more. But I am like, my husband says I've got to slow down and burn what we've already got. Yeah, I'm like, all right, so candles on all the time. But when people come in, I want them to walk in and think, oh,
yeah, well, they're nice.
That smells posh. Because where we used to live, we used to eat curry most nights. So everyone used to come around and go, your house really smells of curry. And everyone knows, it's like, yeah, you always just smell a curry. So now I'm like, I don't want to smell a curry anymore.
You'll have our candle antique bookshop. You'll just always smell like a bookshop.
Oh, that's antique. That. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I want that one next.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've never had the giggles on here before. Like literally, just trying to. I have been up since 5. When I'm really tired, I get the giggles and I can't stop. Just can't stop. Dear. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. What else do I need to ask you? So when with the shop, you're really inspired. I said today, like, I'm so inspired to get a shop. And literally from that idea this morning now, I've been thinking could not only just be a shop for my wire art, but it can be like a hub for my business membership and a co-working space. I was just thinking, that sounds like a really good idea. But that's just from you thinking, like, you've got a candle shop. So out the back, have you got like your workshop and everything?
Yeah. So basically, when we closed from Wedgwood, I was like, right, we're making the move from Wedgwood to the shop.
Yeah.
We decided to go for the shop that we're in because you have the shop front. And then like there's like a little corridor.
Yeah.
And then a room where is our production room, which is significantly smaller than where we were, like by a million. We were in like 30 car parks. That's how big my space was. It was massive, right?
Wow.
And then we went into like a room the size of an office now. We're like in a little room. And it's so much better because everything's like within reach and very organized. We have to maximize our space. It's very easy because the stock can just come out of the production room into the shop.
Yeah.
Also, what's so cool is that I love this bit. Like when you go to like a restaurant, you can see the chef cooking your food.
Yeah.
You can do that outside. So you see us making the candles.
I love that.
You have the 2 windows next to each other and there's like a pot, like a bit of wood in between. And this side's the shop front. And then this side is our workshop. So you can literally see Jenny and me like labeling and pouring and grinding the bottles down.
Amazing.
And then amazing. So it's like you can see what we make. I think that's like a really cool little thing.
And would you like, so say if someone comes in and says, have you got this fragrance? You're like, oh, we've run out. Will you go and do you batch them up, or will you go like, come back in a couple of hours, I'll have some?
No, they take too long. They are the longest. I can't explain to someone how long these candles actually take, but because of the beer bottle, to grind them down, split and grind, clean them, split them, grind them down soft, pour them, wick, blow the tops, cut the wicks, label them up, box them. It's a really, really long process, a lot longer than most candles would take.
Yeah.
So at least 2 weeks it would take for us to make to order, but we have everything in batch because thankfully, touch wood, it continues. I always feel like if I talk about it, I jinx it. But we've got quite a lot of wholesalers, so we always have stock of everything.
Right,
so
okay.
We always have enough backlog that we should have. And then when we do run out, we've run out of them in store and online, but we'll be making them in backlog to then launch all together, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, I get that. That's really cool. That's really cool. So yeah, if I had a shop, I could be making wire art and doing. Yeah. Well, I think I was saying that, like, I've gone to IKEA to try and maximize my space, because my best friend, who's my assistant, is working with me 2 days a week now, and so we have to fit in here as well as all the stuff. But I have so much more stuff.
Yes.
You know,
you can run workshops.
Say again.
You can run like workshops in the shop.
Oh my goodness, of course I can.
Yeah, because that's what
such a good
I'm
idea.
do. Yeah, because my idea is that what the shop would give me is a space for people to run workshops, and like you can do all different types. You don't just have to do like what you do. Like I'm gonna ask. We work with Pretty Pricks, which is another great company for anyone that wants to see. They're called Pretty Pricks on Instagram, but they're from Stoke, and they make all dried flowers. They're beautiful. And we stock them in our store. And I was going to ask them, like, if they wanted to come and do like a workshop in my shop. So it's like you can have like things going on in your shop that you maybe can't do, which is what I'm going to try and do.
It. I do. I think I'm going to do it, but it is just when you go, okay, right. And then my husband's like, you literally have not another idea. It does his head in. So I might, even though now I'm going to be like, shops open in my area, I'll start Googling it.
I actually spoke to one of my friends who did Sherbrooke Valley mushrooms. I was talking to James, right? And he was saying to me, and he made a very good point, and I so think it's true, that a lot of small business owners or business owners have ADHD. Like we do have like ADHD brains. Like we're like, idea, ding.
Yeah.
Ding, I'm gonna have a warehouse. Okay, and then we go and open this.
But everything starts from that. Like I literally, same as you. I'm just like, I'm just gonna be, launch a membership, and then now I've got. Do you know what I mean? I remember exactly when I had the idea. I was driving somewhere, and I was like, and then we're gonna have a in-person event, and then we did, and then we're having another one, and then. I just mentioned, Bex, do you want to come and work with me? Yeah. Oh, she's doing 2 days a week now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like,
that's what we're like.
It just starts like that. So, yeah, I will be getting a shop. Yeah, I said it enough now.
That's it. Yeah,
it's going to happen. It'll happen. Yeah. But it just, you've got to go. And the thing is, as well, like you were saying, I'm really lucky because I have, podcast. I've got the podcast. One of the reasons why I started the podcast, so I get that sort of feedback. I have Bex in a couple of days a week. The rest of the time I'm doing little things for the Vivid Club, or I'm doing workshops for Vivid Wire, and I do that. But God, I love actually seeing people, because I'd be like, do you want to come and have a cup of tea?
Yes.
That's
what I love. I bought 6 extra mugs so my customers can come and have a couple with me.
Oh, I love it.
Really sad, but yeah, I love it.
No, but that's it. I think when you want to create not just stuff, you want to create that experience and a feeling, and that whole thing of like, they're coming up to you, they're coming to the shop especially, they're going around and smelling everything.
Exactly. And I think one thing that's really nice with the Wandering Bee is when I was coming up and like cultivating the idea and talking about what I wanted from the Wandering Bee, it wasn't just candles, it was a brand. And that was my main thing. That's why it's not called the Wandering Bee candles or something candles. I wanted a brand. I wanted to be able to do anything with this brand. And the brand could be anything that I want it to be, right? And the main things that I wanted for Josh was I wanted a community. And as lame as that sounds, it's so true. And I feel like that's what I'm kind of creating. It's like my customers, I know this sounds silly, but feel like my friends, and I don't know them. But like they come in and I'll chat to them for like an hour, and I actually know nothing about their lives. But one thing we have in common is the Wandering Bee. So like we talk about the Wandering Bee, and then we'll talk about what their kids did, or like what Callow's done at school. And what's amazing is like they'll drop me a message on Instagram, and I'll talk to them for back and forth, and then I'll think, I actually have no clue where you live. I have no idea who your daughter is, or but I feel like I do. And on opening day for the shop, it was really cool because we had people come from far away. that traveled down for opening day, which was amazing. But what was
Wow.
really cool is some of them would say to me, how was Callow's first day at school? How was Callow at this? That is really, I love that, because that's
Yeah.
like, they're really like invested and kind of know about me and my family and the business, and not just, not just like, oh, I just buy candles from her.
Yeah. And that's the magic of small business, isn't it? It's the magic
Yeah.
of it. Like when it was, I shared something of Jackson, my son Jackson, like talking about wire, and I had followers going, how the hell how is he nearly 4? Like they've followed me since he was 3-4 months old when I started Vivid Wire, and it's like, oh my god, he's like a person, he's going to be going to school next year. Yeah, it's crazy. They know so much. Like I will have messages more from my followers about life, about their life, sharing it, than anything to do with Wire, really.
Yeah,
I love it.
100%.
Yeah,
I think that's what, like you say, that's the like charm behind a small business. And you know what, bringing it back to the decision of going from a shop, from a warehouse, that was the main thing. Because when you go, not to knock B2B and working B2B and working with wholesalers and big brands, but you completely lose the personal element. It's very transactional. It's how much is your profit margin? How much can I get for this? Okay, give them to me by the 14th, done. See you later. Close the door.
Yeah.
And you just lose that person element. And that's what, the more and more we were going into that, was the more and more I was like, this is great, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I need to do something to change this. And as soon as I've brought it back to what I like, which is customer base, and keeping the B2B, but maybe having that here, my customers are my priority, it's changed everything. I'm so much happier again.
Oh, that's so good. That is so wonderful. You, like, honestly, I love it. I'm very inspired. So what's next? What's the next big idea?
Well, I'm actually learning to take each day as it comes, which is very unlike me because I'm a planner. I like to plan. I like to go big and manifest ahead.
Yeah.
But when I was doing that, it made me really unhappy, because I was aiming so high that every small achievement that to a lot of people was like, wow, Beth, that's amazing. I was like, it's not good enough. I want more.
Right.
So I was moving, when they talk about moving the goalpost.
Yeah.
Constantly moving the goalpost. And which I think you do in life anyway, but I was doing I was just forgetting about everything else. And I was just like, right, great, we're in John Lewis, right, next one, Selfridges, come on. So I'm focusing on the now, and what my goal right now is to get the business in a really stable position, get everybody, our returning customer base having a new scent every month, everybody's super happy, which they are, hopefully really happy with them, but like just feeling really settled, because there's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of moving, a lot of changes. Just want to get like settled. I'd love one day to open multiple shops. I really want to go into Cornwall. I'd love a shop in Cornwall. That's like a goal of mine. But my main goal is I want to be a main stockist in Selfridges. That is like, I used to work there. So it feels like a full circle moment if I get into Oxford Street Selfridges. So I'm going to Selfridges, but I can't afford to do that right now, because I bet you would make no money from being in there. But but I'm like gunning for that, and then just getting the business in a really nice settled place, which I'm sure is probably not going to happen, because you know what small business life is like, constantly changing. But yeah, that's probably like my main goal, and not trying to constantly move the goalpost, and just enjoy now. Because people always talk about, especially, people that own like big, multi-billion pound businesses, the multimillionaires, they always say when you get to that point that you've always dreamed of getting to, you're bored and you're like, oh. And it's like learning to enjoy the journey. Because if I think about my life 2 years ago, I dreamed to be where I am now. So when I moan and I'm like, oh, God's sake, like I'm so annoyed that I've worked constantly for the last 2 years. I kind of think to myself, well, actually, like, just enjoy it, because, a couple of months ago when we were getting no sales, we'd gone super quiet, everything got more expensive and everyone was skinned, and I was sad in that warehouse. I thought to myself, God, I wish I'd appreciated when I was drowning with orders.
Yeah.
I wish I'd appreciated that moment when I got that John Lewis, when I found out I was with the creative makers in John Lewis. I wish I had sat back and gone, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Instead of going, shit, I need to make more candles. So I'm just trying to learn how to just be like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
which is hard, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
learning.
every time, and we all have moments where we're like, the shit is hit, everything's going to
Yes.
fail. And we've all been there, even if it's not actually true. I think as small business, you just have a moment where you're like, why am I doing this? It's totally normal. But when I feel like that, I have my best ideas. And
oh my God,
always, I make so much more money after that bout because
100%.
it's like a restart. So now if I feel like that, I just go, okay, I'm just gonna have a little rest. That's what usually is the reason why, because I've not got the joy because I'm so knackered. I'm like, I'm just gonna have a rest now, and then something will fall into my head and I'll do it, and then I'll make loads of money out of it.
Do you know, I actually saw a TikTok on this and I found it really interesting, so I'll share it with you. It's like, it's seeing what you've just explained as a circle of manifestation, and at the top, you know it, and then when you're at the top, you're manifesting, you're in your best element, and then when you start to go down, most people go, I'm depressed, everything's, oh my God, but it's actually your rejuvenation period. You're actually dipping into a rejuvenation, which is going to come back up into your manifestation. And it's learning how to ride the circle and so ride the wave, instead of going here and going, oh my God, I'm going to stay here forever, this is awful, let's close, and just ride it.
And I always use the metaphor in my head of pretend, when you go to the beach and you stand in the sea and the sea's coming in and the wave like starts to knock you, and at first when the sea's not that deep, it's all right, you can handle it, but as you walk out and the sea gets deeper, it's harder. I just imagine myself burying my feet into the sand and just wait for the waves to go over me.
I like that,
because the tide will go out and I'll still be standing, and I just
imagine. Like that. That's good.
So
it's really hard because I feel like when I talk about this, I'm so good at like making like I'm a pro at doing this, when as in riding the wave, where I'm actually the worst. I'm a panicker and I like freak out and I'm like, I'm gonna quit. But it's like what we're just talking about now is like, I'm learning more and more. I'm trying to like bring this into not just business, but my everyday life, learning how to ride that wave, because I am such an awful panicker. I freak out all the time.
No,
I'm so awful.
Yeah, but that's what the thing is it drives you forward, because you're just transforming that warrior energy into warrior energy.
I know. Oh, I like that one. That was good. And that's going in my back pocket. That's going to be on a print tomorrow in my shop.
We should. That's what the Vivi Club is. That's our tagline. Warrior to warrior, because it's just experience. But what you need is people to go, oh yeah, that's totally normal. Everyone feels like that. Doesn't mean you're failing. But when you're in a corporate job or you're being, employed by someone, it's that safety net. But you have to create, you are your safety net. You're your best bet, because you just collect evidence to go, oh yeah, last time I was completely fine, wasn't I? Oh, actually, last time I had the best idea ever and I've made loads of money from it. Oh yeah, so I just need to just rest and write and read, or do other things, and then let it pass.
Learning just that circle, which is, as I go on, I think it must just be a learning thing, because like when I first started, I did not know that's what happens, and like the rejuvenation thing, I just panic all the time. Whereas like I'm slowly just learning that process of how to be a business owner as well, because it's really hard, and especially when you bring staff into it, you bring units and rent, and like it just like
that's the panic. It's the increase in overheads. It's the I have to earn this much or bring in this much before I can even do this, and it's as you grow, they do become more, and then it's just that's it's the panic, isn't it?
So that's kind of what I'm learning how to do at the moment. Just ride that wave.
Ride the wave. Definitely. It's just but I'm a massive believer that any idea that falls into your head, you have to protect it mainly from ourselves, in regards to imposter syndrome, panic, self-sabotage, procrastination, all of that stuff, because if it fell into your head and it made you go, oh, that feels nice, that's exciting, then that idea is for you. So there's no doubt that it won't work. Like you just got to keep going, keep laser focused, just go.
Yeah.
And just understand that you're going to experience, like you're saying, you're going to experience all this shit on the way. And I think that's also, if you're listening, most people that listen are small business owners, but I always feel like a bit of guilt because I've like put myself in this situation.
Yes.
And so I think, well, you know, people go, well, you can just go back to teach. I used to be an assistant head. You can just go and do that. And I'm like, yeah. And if anyone said it to me, I go, yeah, I could, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, it was like, well, you could just go get a normal job. And I'm like, no.
No, because there's a tiny part of you going, you are not giving up. Shut up. Get on with it.
We're not going to do it. Yeah. Do you know, people say, don't they? I've heard loads of people say it in the past, but apparently I can't remember how many months it is, but it's like, or it might be immediately, but it's like as soon as you run a small business, you become unemployable because
absolutely.
You're used to working for yourself.
There's no way I could go.
No,
there is no way. And I think as well, it's really good tip to like you've said, having those forecasts. Like now I'm getting a shop with a workshop space and co-working space. I mean, you know, I'm doing that in the next year. So then you're like, oh, my business is going to survive another year because I'm going to do that. You know, like you just trick yourself into keep going in that way.
And it's your energy as well. Like, not to get, I love spirituality and everything to do with spiritual stuff. However, without banging on about it, your energy affects everything around you.
Absolutely.
So much. When I've ever been down or like a bit of a, you know, about the business, if I'm thinking like, oh, like no one, on all this, I don't go to sales. As soon as my energy's high and I feel happy and I'm like, they will come, the sales will come.
Yeah.
I'm buried in sales.
Yeah.
It's only ever when I'm low that the sales are low, and when I'm high, the sales are high.
Yes.
So I really do think you impact everything around you by the energy you put out.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the biggest lessons you need to learn as a small business.
100%. My friend Sam, he came to my, I know him from uni. But
is he the one that did the video for you? I watched that. How cute was
that? So nice. Well, he came and surprised me and he made the video. And then in the video, he says, support your friends and gas up your mates and watch the energy around you change. And it stuck with me that day because it's so true. Because it's one thing that like, it's not even that I try to do it. I'm not very like jealous person in that way. Like I just always feel happy for the people. And I really do believe like when you support and gas up your mates and make them feel good about what they're doing, it makes the energy around you better and change. So I think like that's a big thing as well. It's being happy for the people around you and helping everybody as you go. Like there's so many people that run small businesses or even just not, that around me are so supportive of me that I will return that favor for them. And I have them in my mind, even though they might not think it, they're in my mind. And I'm like, if they ever need anything from me, I'm going to be there for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you can do every day is like, you know, being there for people and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, absolutely. And I think that it's, you know, not to, I don't want to sound neggy at all, but when at the moment you've seen a lot of small businesses saying things are really hard, Instagram shit, blah, 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 on their stories. The one reason, well, I mean, there's obviously multitude reasons because I'm quite good at wire art, that helps. But one of the other things is I've never, ever moaned on stories, ever, about anything. I just show up and like, hello, like, oh, it's a bit of a challenge today, you know. Do you want to see me miming to Mariah Carey, like something random?
But it's true.
Exactly. And it's not because people want some of your joy. And so they invest in that joy and then it's sort of that creates more joy.
Yes.
But when in the Vivid Club membership, I literally bang on about this because I'm like, do not go on your stories and moan. Find a way. We've got to pivot. That's the end of it. There's no like, if you want to go and pay for your marketing, like full on pay for marketing, go for it. Moan all you like. But when it's a free marketing platform, don't. You just bend to it. And it's like that whole tree bends or it breaks in the wind or whatever.
Literally, I couldn't be any more with you. I literally, because I completely agree. And it sounds really awful because I get why people are finding
absolutely.
And it's really hard, but it's so true. And people buy people. People will buy somebody said to me on my opening day, she said, I love your candles, but to be honest, I'm just coming to buy from you.
Yeah.
that's lovely to hear. And it's because exactly, you just show up.
Yeah.
When no one's listening, show up. When no one's
Yeah.
watching, show up.
Yeah.
Every day you're just showing up, Yes, I went out for the first time, child-free, raving at
hello. What kind of
when
rave,
the warehouse
though?
project
What
yeah
kind of rave?
Yeah, it was the warehouse project. So
it was. I was just gonna say, like,
yeah,
cool.
and me and my partner went, me and Josh went, and we hadn't been out since Callow's been born, right?
Bloody hell.
Nearly 4.5 years. Yeah, oh my god, my knees went after 2 hours. My right knee started aching. I thought, oh god, not even 30.
Oh my god.
Right. And just before the rave, I really, really didn't want to go on my Instagram because I was like, I just want to switch off. Sounds really bad, and I'm not promoting to just work 24/7, but I just posted a reel, right? Just reel, put it out there. I switched off my phone. I came away. But it's just because I feel like I don't like to leave it where people are like, oh, where is she? Or, people probably don't think that. But in my head, I post every day, even if no one's listening or watching.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like by showing up, I'm showing that I'm pushing my brand all the time, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. And I agree that you should take breaks. I know, and I think it's probably actually unhealthy how much I do post, but I just think by showing up, it does make a massive difference.
Yeah.
Even when I was feeling a bit like, oh, but I was so much happier after I did post the reel because the feedback I got and etc. So it does pay off.
Yeah, but I don't think you have to, if it feels good, then that's good. It's when people are posting and they don't want to post that, if you want to post, then you post. But I think I had views. Sometimes my story views go up to like 3,000 and I'm like, oh, that's really good. That's good engagement. And then some days it's 120 and I'm like, oh, okay. But those 120 people I'm still showing up for.
Yes.
Because they're my diehard. They're like my ride or die customers, and I love them.
Bang on. Because I think a lot of it's so easy online to forget about that the numbers are actual people.
Yeah.
Even if it's 2 people, right? Like I've had posts where 3 people have liked it,
Yeah.
And I think, bloody hell, that's a bit of a change. I had 300 yesterday or whatever,
Yeah.
But you got to think that that's 3 people that have gone in and gone, oh, Beth's in the shop today, or Beth's done this or whatever, or the Wandering Bee have done this or whatever that is. It's actual people, and you're actually communicating with people. I know you're kind of speaking at them and they're just listening, but they are there, like you say, your diehards. They're the ones looking and waiting for you to do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so easy to forget that the numbers are actual people.
Yeah, because imagine if you had all those people turn up and make orders, should be overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly.
Work.
Exactly.
No, I love it. I think it's just so important that there was I don't know if you've seen today, but Holly Tucker, I think Holly Tucker. I've got her book. Yeah, she's not doing a workshop, and then I saw on her Facebook group everyone saying, God, if Holly can't do it, that's it. I mean, what is our life? And I just think, no, respect to her. She's making a business decision. She's obviously not making enough money from doing that, but she can provide community in other ways. It relieves her of some of that energy that she's obviously spending on something that's not making enough money. Because I mean, it's a non-profit, I think, or something like that, because she's just supporting small business. So now she'll come up with something even better than having a workshop in the middle of London.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. Whether this downfall, if you say it as a downfall, think of it, the closure will come another idea. I think when you're an entrepreneur, which I think all small business owners are entrepreneurs, you have the entrepreneurial spirit to quit your job and do something for yourself. Yeah. You're always going to have new ideas. You're always going to have new stuff to do. And I don't think we go down easy. No. And that decision, like you said, would have been a business decision. And I'm pretty sure she's got several other things up her sleeve. Yeah. So I completely agree that it's not, no one should think of that as well, if she can't do it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had the worst time. I started a business in the pandemic and I've opened a shop in the middle of the energy crisis where I'm absolutely skint and got no money and a 4-year-old and a mortgage to pay. I just believe you just got to wing it, haven't you? And you got to just go for it. Yeah. And I think with Holly doing that, it is exactly like you said, it's a business decision, and I'm sure she'll go on to do many other great things.
I absolutely respect it, because I just think you've got this space that people are going to for a coffee that doesn't make it's not business sense, and that is, I all respect her. I mean, she's a ruthless businesswoman. There's no messing about like that. So if you're listening, you know what we're talking about. Don't lose faith. I've got absolute respect for her. And there's so many decisions. Like me and Bex will be thinking about the next quarter. We're like, right, okay, what are we going to do? And I'm like, that doesn't make me money. That doesn't make me money. Because, and we've got to be in it. We've got to be making money. And because one, we're, energy crisis, which I feel a little bit better about now the government's done that $2,500 thing. I was like, oh, okay, because it's not going to get, I'm managing at the minute. And, I'm just going to be cold a little bit in the winter. But, we've got a roof over our head. We've got food in the cupboards. There are some people that sleep, my husband works with homeless people. So, we're like
a real, like, that's quite, I was going to say nice, but that's the wrong word. But like to be able to.
I've got the perspective. Oh, yeah, massively. Because he's like, oh, okay, we're doing sweat, which is where they bring in all of the rough sleepers. And then he's planning like where they're going to sleep when it goes below a certain temperature. And he's got this big church hall. And he's like, right, we're going to get the sleeping bags. There's going to be somebody helping them with a cup of tea. And that's life. Saves their lives. And I'm like, sometimes though, he's like, we turn the heating up. And I'm like, put a jumper on. You just got a t-shirt on. No. So he probably doesn't actually understand the perspective as much as I do. But so I always think about that. But we're in it to make money. And I think if you have to really, think about what makes you money and not be shy about it. And it's okay to say you make money because, especially for me, if I'm making money, I just give the joy back out. You know what I mean? Like
reinvest it.
So, with the Vivid Club, I'm like, come on, right, I'm going to make loads of money because then I'm going to give you so much more. You're going to make more money.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to help charities and other people. I get so excited. I love it.
I think, that's one thing, actually. It's a very good point, though, to say that it's okay to say you make money because I even struggle with that. I hate when customers are talking to me. I hate saying that I make money. Like, it's really hard to get over. And I don't know why, as smaller business owners, we all feel like we should say, no, I don't make anything.
No,
I live off a bean.
It's so hard. It's so hard. Yeah. I've got one bean.
Do you know, it's so true though, because I need I've got a little beetle and it's I love my beetle. It's my baby. It's a convertible little beetle and it's an old little.
Oh, it's a car. I was like, got a pet beetle in a matchbox. Sorry, you've got a pet algae. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused.
I got a little car, a little pet beetle. My car, and I love it. She's my baby. But I was looking for a slightly bigger car, right? And I was like, I feel like I need to get a bigger car because I might want to have another baby one day. And I was like, my beetle's hard. It wouldn't fit a pram in, blah, blah. And I was kind of planning. I was looking at cars. Genuinely, this sounds so awful, but I was looking at cars that wouldn't make me look like a dick when I own a small business. And Josh was like, no, you deserve a nice car. But I was like, no, I can't drive that when I own a small business. Like, you look like a right knob. And I was like, no, because you do feel shame saying like, oh, I earn money from that, but you shouldn't do. And it's something that like you have to try and overcome, isn't it?
Yeah, like, but I think that's even, and it goes back to think like when you were saying before about you're not a jealous person. It is also, if you're all about community over competition, I share there's only one thing I don't share, and that is where I get my wire from. But anything else, if you say to me, Claire, how did you do this? Where'd you get that from? I'm like, I'll tell you, because there's more than enough for everybody. Like, I will tell you exactly how to make more money. Even if you're another wire artist, I'll be like, this is how you're supposed to do it. Bang, bang, bang. And because I feel like there's no point in holding on to it. But again, it's all about manifestation. It's a flow of energy. I like bring it in, get it back out again with a smile on my face.
Yeah, exactly. So, I agree.
And if you're driving the nice car, that means you're gonna bring more joy in, and then be able to it's all the joy.
I'm probably not, because I can't afford a new car. Cars are really expensive, way more than I thought. And also, like, I can't get rid of my Beetle. Like, she's just so cute.
No, I've got a Fiat 500 in a mint colour with white interior or cream interior with like a roof thing. It's literally my dream car. Somebody just took the piss out of me and was like, it's like people, you have that opinion. If you're a Fiat 500 driver, it means you're a bit stupid. And I was like, I've no idea what you're talking about. I'm too old. I'm driving that bloody car, and it's literally my dream car. And I don't drive anywhere. The day it arrived, my postman was like, why have you got a new car when you don't go anywhere? I was like, all right, mate. Delivering the letters. Crack on.
Nice.
Sake. I do. I drive to Aldi. Like, Jesus.
I live round the corner from my shop. And I'd have my little beat and I'm like,
I love it. I feel so posh. I'm like, I am gonna, if I do have another baby, that pram is getting in that car.
Yeah.
Like,
shoving it in.
Yeah.
Break the back window. I'll just have my roof down.
Yeah.
All year.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's it.
In
It's just out the roof. But everyone says that about a second kid because you just don't really care.
Yeah, you don't care.
But Jackson was like, no, I have to have this three-wheeled buggy so I can go for walks in the wood. And then that's such a traumatic delivery. I couldn't walk for 3 months. So that was a good plan. But anyway, Beat 500 to stay. What colour's your Beetle then?
It's a little blue one.
Oh,
so I wanted it to be pink. So we were going to wrap it. But wrapping cars are really expensive too. And I'm skint. So it's blue and it's so cute. And it's like an old-fashioned one. Not classic, but it's like old one. So when the roof comes back, it's just like so cute. I just love it. It's like my dream car.
Oh, by the way, just one more thing. If you're on the energy with manifestation, stop saying skin. You're not skin.
I know.
You're not skin. Look, you got a lovely house. You got a shop.
Well, this is my nan's, but I have got my. No, I always do manifest that because I'll say that. I actually have a monk at work that says skin but sassy, but
love it.
Yeah. But I am like, I do say this, right? Because it's true. But I always say I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'll be living in Cornwall, gonna have 4 cars, 7 Beetles.
Love it.
Marimo factory and have an algae factory.
Would it be like an algae farm? Would it be so cool? And then you've got no,
because I'm really impressionable, so don't do that.
Oh yeah. Well, you said it to me.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go to a Marimo farm.
Oh my God, sounds like a great idea. You should do it. You could do workshops and Marimo. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. Oh, my face hurts. Well, this is only supposed to be about 40 minutes, so that's good.
Well,
well, I've got to ask you my question. Because I did promise we're going to finish in an hour and we're really nearly running out of time.
Yeah.
What's the question? What do you oh no. Okay, hold on. I sometimes stutter at this bit. Okay, deep breath. What do you know now that you wish you'd known 10 years ago?
Yeah. Did it. So this is going to sound cliche, and I did think this is a bit cliche. However, one was ride the wave. So we kind of already covered it, which was riding the wave. However,
but that could be the title of the podcast.
Yeah, ride the wave.
Yeah.
But also one of the things would be not to spoil the ending, but everything's going to be okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I think 10 years ago I would have been 17, just about to go to uni, and I remember, you're in that thing where you don't know if everything's going to be okay, and if you're making the right decision. I was moving to London and everything was going to be a big change, and I'm still really young and I'm still got the rest of my life, but everything you've gone through, you're still okay.
Yeah.
And it's I wish I could go back then and just tell myself everything was going to be okay. And also another big thing that I wish I could tell myself was slow down. Slow down, because it's still doing now. I'm always on to the next thing. I chase chaos.
Yeah.
Chase chaos. Well, as soon as something gets relaxing for 10 minutes, I'm like, let's buy a kitten. I'm
the same though.
Constantly after chaos.
I know, and I can't say that that's a bad thing because I love it. However,
true.
Elon Musk is the same, and look at him. So we're going to be, me and you, we're going to be the new versions of Elon Musk. And my husband, actually, we watched an interview about Elon Musk, about his second in command. And she says that she thought she was always trying to keep everything calm, but realised that Elon would come in and be like, we're going to do this now. We're going to launch to space or whatever. And she used to go, oh, for God's sake, Jesus, can't you have a rest? She realised it was her job to settle the team, get that idea going. And then once they were feeling settled, he'd come in with a new one. And I was like, damn, I'm Elon. You're her. You're the one that's trying to keep everything calm. And then I go, I'm going to have a shot.
Yeah.
And he comes home tonight and be like, no.
Yeah.
No. Like, well, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. We'll do it in a bit. Google.
It's so true though. That is me and Josh. Josh is the calm and I'm the storm. However, probably maybe it is going to get us where we're going to go. But yeah, I do wish if 10 years ago I would say that everything's going to be all right, mate. Just chill out. You're all right.
Yeah. And if it's not, it's not the end. Yeah.
We might be, but hopefully not.
Yeah, it's always all right in the end. Yeah. We always get through it. This too shall pass. I love that. I love it. Oh, thanks so much, Beth. Honestly, it's been lush. Really good. It's going to be like the best. Sorry to anybody else. All of you are amazing. But this is really funny on this episode.
And the rest of shit.
No, they're not. They're not.
No, I'm joking. I haven't
got really close to the camera then. You're being serious. Joking.
I'm being serious. No, I'm actually going to go back and watch all of them because it's been really nice, like talking in a really like informal, chatty way. And like, it's so nice talking to other business owners that like, it's refreshing, isn't it?
Yes, it's so good
from other business owners, and it's so nice to like, because obviously before Alice was kind of the bridge between like I obviously hadn't heard of you and your brand, and it's so nice that when I did I was like, oh, it's so cool to connect. So I literally love what you're doing, and I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
I love this is a great podcast. I'll come in.
Big up Alice. Big up Alice.
Big up Alice.
Alice listens to every episode. She's like my first listener every week.
Love her.
I shared one. She was like, listen to that one already. And I'm like, blooming hell, she's quick off the mark.
I'm not joking. She's so hardworking and so lovely and just
love her. She's coming to my local meetup in a couple of weeks, and she's making it into a little baby moon. How cool is that? She's traveling all the way down there.
Like, if you want, like, she's like the best. Like, you know what I'm saying about supporting your friends and gassing up your friends. She is someone. She has got so much good karma built up. Like, she is going to be so successful, and she's just big Alice, everyone. Purple cloud crafting.
Purple cloud crafting. I'm going to put your link in the show notes of this, Alice. But Alice found me through my podcast.
Oh, did she?
Yes. And then I remember when I done the membership, and she bought a year in one go, and I was like, whoa, great. What's going on here? And then she said, I found you on the podcast. I just needed more of you. And so I put all my birthday money into a year with you. And I was like, oh my God.
I just love her. She's just ace. But that is the type of energy we need up in the small business world.
Yeah. Alice, you're going to love this. A whole 5 minutes. You deserve it. You deserve a whole episode. You should do a whole episode. Amazing. We should just do an episode just about Alice. We love you, Alice.
We love you.
We really do. But my face is killing me.
I know.
It's really hurting. But absolutely amazing episode. Where can people find you in physical form as well as online?
So we've got a website, www.the-wanderingBee.com, and it's wandering with an A, not an O, because everyone gets it mixed up. On Instagram @_the Wandering Bee, Facebook the Wandering Bee Shop, and then in store we're based in Stone, Staffordshire. If you don't know where it is, it's near Stoke-on-Trent, but not Stoke. Stone. And the address is 1 Oddfellows, Adie's Alley, ST15 8YQ. Done.
Do you know your home phone number? No one knows their own home phone number anymore, do they? I was just thinking the way you said phone.
I have a home phone number. I don't think I have a home phone.
I literally only have it from my auntie Shirley. She's nearly 88. She's the only one that rings me on it. Literally, Dad was like, should we get rid of this home phone? I was like, what's it? Auntie Shirley won't be able to ring me. No, we'll leave it, thanks. For God's sake. But no, this has been epic. Thank you so much. And,
no problem.
Been lush.
No problem at all.
Oh, take care of yourself.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast, written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother Phil Vick.